Today we're gonna talk about Daredevil, the 2003 Daredevil, not the good Daredevil, 2015 Netflix series. Okay, let's get right into it. The intro. I'm like, oh shit, this looks nice. You know, the visuals. You know, going through the streets of Hell's Kitchen, I guess. And see the church and you see blood going down it. Yeah, and then you go up the church and you see the blood. Where does the blood lead? And it leads to Daredevil, and he's holding the cross on top of the church. Like, damn, this looks cool. I'm like, damn, is this movie gonna be good? We don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Nostalgia gets a lot of people. A lot of good movies are good nowadays. I mean, what? A lot of bad movies are good. That was stupid. What the hell did I say that? Okay, and then Daredevil is falling in the church, propelling down. Then he falls down. Then I guess his priest comes and helps him, takes out with Matt, and I'm like, well, I guess that's Ben Affleck right there. And he's like, life flashes before your eyes, even for a blind man. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? It's not that deep. What kind of movie is this? Oh yeah, and like in the middle of it, there's like, oh, let's go back. Like it's showing scenes from the movie that happened. I'm like, why do we have to do this? Let's go back scene. I hate that. Matt's origin story. He's getting bullied by 3 kids in the alley. He runs away, goes home, sees his dad asleep, I guess in the sofa watching boxing, because he's a boxer watching boxing. Get it through your head, he's a boxer. Matt wakes him up, takes him to his bed, have a small conversation. Don't get into fights, study books, be smart, don't be dumb, look out for the little guys, no bronze, all brain. The next day, blah blah blah, who cares? So he sees his dad doing that, beating up somebody. So he gets scared and he runs back to his dad's ex workplace, and then he runs in front of a forklift. The guy doesn't want to hit it, so he twists it to the left side. It's a barrel full of acid, and it goes to Matt's eyes. Why do we always have to see the inside of the body? The chemical goes in his eye, and then we see the chemical is like transforming his thing with electricity, like it's the X-Men movie or like Spider-Man, where you see like the genes getting mutated or some shit. Matt passes out from the chemicals, I guess. He wakes up in the hospital bed. He hears all the noise. He's freaking out. He's like, oh, hyperventilating or breathing heavily. He goes on the floor. He's looking around. He's, bad radar sense is coming out. He goes in the corner. He freaks out. Literally the next shot, the next scene. This is what the next scene is. Matt's looking out the window. I'm like, how is he looking out the window? He's blind. Why is he looking out the window? I guess he's mastered his hearing already. He's like, I already figured out what's going on. Jack comes in. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, Matt, for being a criminal. He hugs him, they embrace. I guess hopefully nothing bad happens to Jack in this movie. Nothing bad's gonna happen to him. Okay, Jack started training again, boxing. He's winning matches again. Matt's learning how to read Braille and other stuff like that. Daredevil type acrobatics. Somehow learns how to fight too. He's hitting the speed bag and doing flips, and he knows how to fight, I guess. He beats up his bullies with one backward flip. How did he do that? How did you learn that? Guys, I watch UFC and I never seen this shit happen before. This shit is not realistic, guys. Guys, I think this movie's not realistic. So the master of fighting, Daredevil, just hit the speed bag and do a couple of parkour, and you know how to fight, guys. You know how to fight now. Speed bag, parkour. So, Jax, I guess he won a couple matches. Now he got the big fight. He's gonna get the big fight. He's in the locker room getting ready, getting pumped up. Then this shady gangster comes in, tells him to throw the fight. Jack's like, no. Gangster says, I pay these guys, throw the fight, Jack. I know your criminal record. I'm gonna expose you. Something bad's gonna happen if you don't. And Jack's like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. He walks out with his son. He walks out with Matt. They're like, Jack's fighting. I think he looks at the guy, and then the guy like makes the face. Throw the fight. He looks at the shitty guy. Throw the fight. You got it? And then Jack's like, yeah, I got it. Jack's getting punched. He gets punched, gets knocked down, lay down. But he hears Matt, never give up. And Jack's like, you know what? I can't be a bad father setting a bad example. He gets back up. He's getting punched. He throws a lot of punches. I think he throws an uppercut or knocks him out. Like he starts celebrating. Matt comes in the ring. He hugs. They're like, everybody's happy. He picks him up. He wears his little robe that he walked out with that has little horns. I wonder what that's foretelling. I wonder what that means in this movie called Daredevil. So Matt and Jack are celebrating. They're happy. They're like, oh, they're clapping. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Nothing's bad. The shady guy didn't say him throw the fight, and he didn't throw the fight, so nothing bad's gonna happen, guys. You know, Matt's waiting outside. You know, I guess it's after the fight. He's waiting outside for his dad. His dad's like going from like, I guess a second entrance from the back. Like he opens the door, he's leaving. There's a car there. He gets jumped. He gets beat up. He's getting beat up. Matt's hearing this from the front. He starts running towards where his dad's gonna get jumped. Jack's in the floor. He gets punched one more time. He dies. The guy who like kills him like throws his calling card, a rose, to Jack's dead body. Matt finds him. He's like, I can't see you. Why did he say that? He's blind. You cannot see him. You're blind. I can't hear you or some shit. I don't know what the future Matt says. I keep my promise. I hope these. I hold these. I don't know what. I hope these and I see justice. Some shit. Time jump to present time. There's this weird ass water coffin that Matt's in, full of water to block off the noise of New York City. Like, what the hell? This is so stupid. Damn. And then he gets up and like you hear he's like stands up and his knees are popping. He gets off his waterbed coffin, plays some music to get ready for work, to a court for domestic violence. The accuser, his name is Quesada, named after Joe Quesada from Marvel Comics. He's an artist. Like, I'm like, this is such a weird Easter egg. Why did you name a domestic violent guy Joe Quesada who beats women up? This is so weird. What a weird Easter egg. The guy is yapping about, oh, she liked it, and lying. Matt could hear that he's lying from his heartbeat. He's like, oh, she liked it. She's a drug addict. She's not a reliable source. Like, oh my goodness, bro. What the hell? Quesada? Why are you saying some creepy ass shit, bro? The victim starts crying. Matt's getting angry. Says, for your sake, I hope justice finds you here today before justice finds you. Yeah, okay. The system always finds justice, just like in real life. Matt and Foggy talking about the case. Then Foggy says, let's go out tonight. Matt's like, I'm not going out. I got work to do. And like it zooms in into his face. Like he's home and he zooms in his face. And he's dressed up in the Daredevil costume. He's shadowboxing and like you see just whipping his weapons around. I'm like, what? Why would this guy be doing that? And then he jumps off a building and somehow doesn't break his legs. He just jumps off like a building, like for no reason. Like he's Spider-Man. Like he's a regular guy with his hand senses. He's doing flips around the building, transitioning into a bar where Quesada's drinking with his boys. Oh, I'm innocent, boys. And then it's like, for some reason, there's like 2 motorcycles there. And then they put alcohol and then they rev it up the engine. And then like fire comes out. I'm like, what? Do people do that? Is that real? Is that realistic? Where's your source? The sounds just go. Like you could hear like the fan going, people talking, smoking, hitting the pool, and then like you could just hear like it's Matt hearing stuff. And I'm like, this is cool. I like this. Then like one of his friends is like, hey, who's the guy up there? There's somebody up there. Like you just look up there and it's clearly you can see Daredevil through the window. And then Justice comes and he fights everybody. Gunshots. They were flipping around, punching people into lights. The sounds going off and on, like sound. Like you hear the sound and it goes off. Like you're hearing like Joe Quesada leaving. You can hear him breathing. He beats the shit out of people. More gunshots. Pool table's on fire. I don't know how they get in fire. I forgot. Quesada's like still crawling away in the floor, breathing. Then Matt walks on top of the flaming pool tables. Like there's like 4 of them. He just walks through all 4 of them. Quesada, time to get the devil his due. He runs away. Daredevil chases him down to the subway. He hides on the pillar. Like he's hiding behind a pillar. But the train comes in and like he messes up with Matt's radar sense, so he doesn't know where he is when the train goes by. Everything is okay. It goes again. The train passes by. Everything's okay. He activates his radar sense. Then he gets him. And he's like, I'm acquitted. Not by me. Train goes by again. Daredevil hears it, hurts his ear, he falls to his knees. Quesada points his gun at him. Go to hell, Diablo. Matt says, you beat me there. Trips him, he falls into the train tracks. Daredevil says, the light at the end of the tunnel, that's not heaven, that's the train. He dies. Daredevil killed him. He did not save him. It's not that kind of movie, I guess. Police crime scene. You see him cut in half by the train. Reporter Ben Urich lights up his cigarette, talks to the police officer about Daredevil. Is he real or not? Then throws his cigarette to the floor and lights up 2 flaming D's on the floor. Okay, why would Daredevil put that in the crime scene? He found gasoline and put it there? Like in the shape of 2 D's for Daredevil? Why would he do that? That's so stupid. Matt goes home after just killing somebody in the train tracks. Can one man make a difference? There's are days where I believe and other where I have lost all faith. Okay, bro, that's enough with his emo stuff. He opens his door. Oh, his door has 3 locks and he just spins it all and just went toot toot toot. Hits them one by one, gets them correctly. He goes inside his house. There's statues everywhere of angels. His dad's boxing glove hanging. He plays voicemail from a girl he's been dating. Talks about their problems with the relationship. He washes his face with water. He goes to his armory with all his masks and weapons and suits. He takes his suit off, takes a shower, realizes his tooth is loose, takes it off, throws it down, opens the cabinet with salt just in there. He grabs a salt. He grabs like a piece of, I mean, what, I guess, I don't know how you describe that. I don't know what the tool is called. Okay, he gets a shovel, a little shovel, grabs the salt, puts it in the water because it's time for bedtime. He's getting ready to bed. Before he goes in bed, he could hear a woman crying. Then she gets shot. And Matt hears her crying away, dying. And I guess he doesn't want to help her. He's like, I'm too tired. And goes inside his water coffin and goes to sleep. I guess dreams about a nun over him when he was a kid. The nun tells him to sleep now. Oh, I wonder who this is. His mom? The next day, Matt and Foggy are talking about what happened to Quesada in a coffee shop. They talk about their clients. Foggy hates poor clients. He wants rich clients. They have a little argument. Matt asks for the honey. Foggy gives him mustard because he's a great friend. You know, hey, great friend. You know, my blind friend can't see, so I'm going to give him mustard. Foggy looks away. Matt switches to coffee. Matt radar sense for hot chick just nearby activates. Foggy, like, where's the hot chick? Enters in. Elektra, the love interest of the movie. So Matt goes and tries to talk to her. He says, where is the honey? And she's like, it's right there. Like, where specifically is the honey? And she was like, what, are you blind? And Matt, you know, the Rizzler, Matt, you know, yeah, I am. He's like, sorry. Foggy looking at the distance, drinks the coffee, spits it out because there's mustard inside it. Let me introduce myself. Hello, my name is Matt Murdock. And he's like, what's your name? I don't give my name out. And then she leaves the coffee shop because this blind guy keeps bothering her. Matt goes after her. Foggy's like, hey, we have a courthouse at 12. Don't forget. Matt's like, I won't forget. He forgot or some shit. I don't know. He chases her to a park. You know, not creepy. This blind guy's following me. How is this blind guy? Is this guy lying? Like, what the hell do you want? Matt's like, I just want to get your name. I don't like to be followed. I mean, that's everybody. No one likes to be followed. Elektra starts walking away. Matt grabs her hand. She's like, I don't like to be touched. I mean, I think that's assault. Touching somebody without, you know, them wanting to touch you. Isn't that like no consent here, huh? No consent. Why don't you tell me what you like? I'm like, what the hell is going on? This is creepy as hell. If someone told me this in real life, I would have been like shitting my pants out, bro. I would have been like, oh shit, I'm out. This is creepy. They have a goofy ass fight scene in this park. Are you sure you blind, bro? You followed me somehow. He's not blind. Matt's like, sure you don't want to tell me your name? I'm like, oh my, come on, Matt, calm down. Let's ease it up, bro. More goofy fights on the seesaw. Don't go easy on me. Oh my goodness. And like the kids in the background are like in the park just there. Fight. They're all saying fight. They stop hitting me. Like, didn't 2 seconds ago you said don't go easy on me? Like, what are you doing? Is this gaslighting? Matt gets thrown into the bench. And the girl puts her leg into his chest and says, oh, sorry, guys. I spoiled her name in the earlier. Elektra. My name is Elektra. Thanks. That's all I wanted to know. This is so creepy. This is such a creepy fight scene. But it's in the early 2000s, so this is romantic or something. If someone told you this happened, just like what happened in the scene, you would have been like, what the hell? What kind of weird ass TV show am I in? Like, you think it would be like fiction, not real. Elektra bodyguard comes, picks her up. She has to go. They have a little small talk with Matt. Says, how am I going to find you? He's like, you won't. I'll find you. Matt checks his watch. Says, shit. I'm too late to the court scene, bro. Song starts playing. I'm the outlaw, the big man, the Kingpin, talking to his assistant that someone's snitching. They talk about what the ancient society did. They cut the tongues out of their bodyguards. You think that's horrible because you don't like the physical stuff. I do. Proceeds to kill his 2 bodyguards right there for some reason, you know. I'm intimidating. What he likes, who had the fun. Handkerchiefs. Gotta clean the blood off. I got an appointment at 11 with Elektra's father. Wants to get out of the business. He's scared about being founded out. Doesn't want to look over his shoulders no more. He wants to be bought out. While the Kingpin's laughing and smoking, he gets up to look out the window and says, how's your daughter? Next scene, wow. What was that cut? I guess the courthouse. Matt says, sorry for being too late, Foggy. then starts talking about Elektra Natchios. Foggy says, she sounds Mexican. What the hell? That doesn't sound Mexican. You don't even look Mexican. Matt says she's Greek, father's the billionaire. Foggy says, I advise you to marry her. So they start talking about the case. Deontay Jackson, the ex-con, charged with murder of Alitsi, whatever her last name is. It's a woman of the night. Bad news. Jackson was passed out in the alley holding the murder weapon while high with TRC. Can't remember what happened that night, so they introduce himself as his attorney. And here's appears Coolio, the rapper. So random. Why is Coolio in this movie? I never seen this. I always seen the director cut, so I never know that Coolio was in this movie. But I'm like, what the hell? Okay, so Matt asked him, "Are you innocent?" Where he could hear his heartbeat to see if he's telling the truth or not. Coolio says, "Yeah, hell yeah." Matt's here and he hears his heartbeat. Smiles. He says, "I believe you, Coolio. You do. You got yourself the best lawyers in Hell's Kitchen. Don't worry." They shake hands and he says, "Thank you." Back to Fisk. By the way, Kingpin's name is Wilson Fisk. He's talking to assistants to frame Elektra's father to be the Kingpin. Fisk says, "Give me Bullseye." I cut to United Kingdom in a bar where someone's throwing darts to the center. And I was just hitting bullseye, bullseye, bullseye. Wonder who this guy is while he's drinking. Some rap Irish song is playing in the background. I don't know which song it is. Bullseye gets called. He puts on his jacket, then points at a guy to give him his money. The guy, like, 2 out of 3, and Bullseye, "Give me the money, bro. We're not playing. You lost." He gives him his money. He says something bigot about Bullseye because he's Irish. He takes out his Benny to show how his Bullseye logo scar on his forehead. So stupid. Who decided on this? Bullseye, let's give him a scar with a bullseye in his forehead. One of the best Daredevil villains. The coolest costume. I think it's cool. I don't know if you guys think it. And he decides to do this. Okay, back to the movie. He takes out a paperclip, breaks it in part, and throws it at the guy's neck, killing him. He smiles and walks out of the bar with like rattlesnakes going around. Every time he flips his like jacket, you just hear rattlesnakes. Okay, back to the United States, back to New York. Foggy's complaining to Matt, "How is Coolio gonna pay us?" "I don't know, bro. Come on. He's a rapper. He makes millions of dollars. Have you not heard of Gangster Paradise?" Okay, they keep talking about Coolio. Foggy says they found the murder weapon in a block away. Matt says, "What makes the fact that he's innocent interesting?" Foggy says, "How can you be sure?" Matt, "If I ever been wrong? I guess you guys never been wrong." They cross the street. A car runs into them. "Come on, I got a blind guy here. Use the sidewalk, asshole." Matt and Foggy laughs. "I love this city." I'm back to the airport. Bullseye with his goofy ass look going to airport security check. He pulls a pen and a toothpick out of his pocket. He walks into the metal detector. It activates. He raises his arm. The guy puts the wand around his body. It activates on his belt. He pushes something around his mouth. It activates. He takes out a paper clip in his mouth for some reason. He spits it out to his hand, then walks on to get his items. He still has a paperclip in his mouth. I guess he had 2. No one checks if you ever have 2 inside your mouth for some reason. He puts on his glasses, looks at a German Shepherd. The dog's like, "Arr," starts crying, lays down. He keeps massaging his bull logo under the beanie. Like, he just massages it. Damn, this movie is great. I don't know how this could be a bomb in the movie theaters. Back with Matt and Foggy. They go to the crime scene where Liz died. They are talking about why is it a cover-up. They go to and break into her apartment. Matt unlocks the door. They go inside. Matt starts touching the crime scene, touches the blind, telling Foggy what he sees, or I guess what he feels. Foggy goes to her dresser room and keeps dropping the wigs and trying to pick it up and cleaning his fingerprints off it. Matt's still touching everything, putting his fingerprints everywhere. He puts his hand on the floor, starts smelling the room, smells the blood, the gunpowder. That's where she was shot, in the apartments, and taken outside to die, to make it look like it was a random criminal, a random crime. Matt keeps touching things, the keyboard, then the desk. He feels a little imprint or an indent that she wrote on a desk, tells Foggy to write it down. Mom, 6 through 8. Then they leave. Okay, bro, Bullseye. Oh, back to Bullseye. Flying in a plane, sitting next to an old lady, just yapping. Bullseye's listening to music, seeing that old lady talking to him. Like, he's mad. He's like pissed. He opens a peanut butter and does a trick shot into the old woman's mouth, killing her. while she chokes on it. Bullseye just stares at her with his weird ass face. Like, yeah, he kind of likes it. He's kind of turned on by it. He dies. He falls onto his shoulder. Then the flight attendant comes. Oh, she's sleeping. Can I get you anything before we land? Yeah, more peanuts. Transition. Back to the court scene. Matt's doing his opening statement to the jury. Says Coolio is not a model citizen. He's been in and out of prison since he was 12. But this is not a court of character. This is a court of law. That Coolio is innocent while facing the wall. Turns back to the judge and turns back to the jury. Sorry, not the judge. That's what it's been like for Coolio trying to talk to a wall. The judge said something. Matt's like, I was trying to make a point. Justice could be blind, but it could be heard. Foggy goes up to Matt, tries to help him back to his seat. Foggy's like, the arm is there. And Matt tries to sit down, almost falls to the floor. He's like, oh, no. Foggy picks him up. Matt sits down. They talk like, how was that? It was a little too much. An officer on the stand talks about the crime scene. Matt's hearing his heartbeat and is confused because he's not lying. Somebody has to be lying. Foggy looks behind him. Oh, look who it is. It's Ben Urich. Matt runs into Elektra. They meet again, the rematch. They have a little conversation. Matt wants to show Elektra something on the roof. His favorite view as a kid when he was not blind. They're on the roof. Matt touches her face, then goes to touch her necklace. He's like, what is this? I'm like, it's a necklace, dumbass. My mom gave it to me. It's a good luck charm. Hopefully I'll get it in Braille. They start talking about her mom and how she died. He's like, I should go. Matt's like, no, it's about to rain. Matt talks about how like every raindrop makes a sound that he could hear for once, that he could see for once again. I want to see her. It starts raining. Matt sees her face in the radar scene, like, oh wow, you're so beautiful. Touches her face again, then kisses her. Still raining. It's so stupid. How can you see someone's face when it rains? The infamous rain scene in this movie while they're kissing. Matt is hearing someone getting beat up, and he has to go. He has to leave her on the roof. Still raining. She's like, Matt, why do you have to go? All confused. To the alley. Someone's getting beat up in the alley. Daredevil was in the rooftop while this guy getting the shit bit out of him on the floor. Daredevil gets up and illuminates a shadow onto the wall. So the guy starts running through the alley, going into apartment complex, going up the stairs to his apartment. Daredevil jumps through the window, starts beating the shit out of this guy, beating him up, putting hands on this guy, stands out, stay out of Hell's Kitchen. Says your neighbors are no more belongings to the Kingpin. While all of this, there's a kid seeing his dad getting beat up by Daredevil. He's scared. Don't hurt me. Daredevil says, I'm not the bad guy, kid. I'm not the bad guy, kid. He leaves. He's on the rooftop saying, I'm not the bad guy. Bro, you beat this kid's dad up. He doesn't know that. You're the bad guy. He doesn't know his dad's the bad guy. If you break into somebody's house and beat his dad up in front of them, of course you're going to look like the bad guy. The next day, Matt goes to church to talk to his priest that you don't have to be alone. There's a confession box. Matt's like, I'm not doing that. Just leaves. Goes to his law office. His assistant told him he got invited to like a white and ball at the gown. +1, Foggy. Like, let's go. What time do we have to go? Matt's like, I'm not going. Foggy's like, why? There's a bunch of rich people there. They'll pay the Lord's fees with dinero and not with fish and other random things. Foggy is complaining that this is not a real law place. Matt replies angrily, are you finished? We have 1 hour to prepare for court. Foggy's like, what's wrong? Matt replies, rough night. Don't want to talk about it, Foggy. It's about Elektra, isn't it? Elektra is the reason you got invited. Matt's like, no, she's out of my lead. I'd rather just end it before starting it. Foggy's like, wow, you're speed running. That's what happened to the lie detector you have when it detects your own bullshit, by the way. All of that talking. Foggy shoots. He's shooting like balls in this scene, like a little basketball inside his little hoops. He's missing all of them. Somehow, like a blind man catches it, catches the ball. The ball ricochets and Matt catches it and just like throws it backwards and, he makes it. He has superpowers. Okay, we could go. And then they go to the ballroom. They're at the ballroom now. They run into Ben Urich, the reporter. He introduces himself to them. Foggy's like, you're the one that does the articles about the urban legends. Ben's like, yeah, but I'd rather do other stuff. Foggy is going to talk about the alligator in the sewers. He gets interrupted by Matt talking about the other article about Kingpin. One man runs the whole crime scene in New York City. Sounds not realistic. Ben replies, yeah, so does a vigilante that dress up like a bat. Wait, what? That's not Batman. I mean, dresses up as the devil like it's Halloween. It's like it must be huge now. Like Foggy's like, it might be huge now. And Ben's like, what? The alligator. And Ben's like, it's not real. It's a myth. Ben pulls out his, I guess his card for his job. He gives it to Matt, but he hits the cane when he tries to give it to Matt, and the cane drops, and he picks it up, and he's like, "Oh, cool color." Like he looks at it, he's like, "Oh, what is this? It looks familiar. It looks like Daredevil's color." Matt, I would not know. I don't know. I'm blind. Ben's like, "Yeah." Gives him his card. He's like, "Oh, here's my card to give me a call. I want to talk to you about something." And he leaves. Foggy's like, "Oh, look who's here. Wilson Fisk. He's in the hizzy." And I'm like, "Oh my hizzy. Oh my god, bro. Why did you just say that? Let's ignore that. Come on, let's go. Matt, let's go introduce ourselves to Fisk." So they talk to him and his assistant. But like, whoa, did you get an appointment? It's Wesley or something. Wesley, I think. Move out the way. I know who you are. The lawyers from Hell's Kitchen. There's only one black lawyer, I guess, in the whole city. Mr. Fisk gives him his card. I'm always going to look out for new blood. Matt, my partner is a little overzealous. We cannot represent Fisk. Why is that? We only represent innocent people. Fisk chuckles. Innocent. Pretty funny. I learned one thing over the years in this business. No one's innocent. Exit the scene. Kingpin's like, I'm out. I'm done talking to these guys. Foggy's like, the one night, can't you? Like, Foggy's like, one night, can you not? Can you pause it, bro? Foggy looks up. He looks up and he sees Elektra. And he's like, I wish I could give you my eyes, Matt. Because, this one hell of a view or something. Matt is like, oh, it's like that. Oh, Elektra looks beautiful. Foggy's like, you want me to take you up there? And Matt's like, he's already going. He ignored him. He's going upstairs and he's just smelling smoke and perfume. Then he finally meets Elektra. Goes up to her and smells her. Oh, it's you. I found you. Like, what, you didn't know by her heartbeat? I guess not this Daredevil. He doesn't know that. And he's like, I'm sorry about last night, but you're here now. That's all that matters. And then like Foggy's trying to talk to like the assistant Wesley. Like, let's cut the cheese. I'm not gonna hire you pro boner storefront lawyers, let alone a blind one. I already filled up a quota of handicapped employees. And he returns back his card. He's like, here's your card. Go back to Matt and Elektra. They're slow dancing. You're the only reason I got dressed up for this thing. Because I want to look beautiful for you. I wish you could see me tonight. You can't because he's blind. Matt's like, I wish I could see you too. He's like, good things doesn't happen to me very often. But when they do, I get scared. Matt's like, don't worry. It's not like your dad's gonna die like in, the next scene, Matt's like, nothing bad's gonna happen. I promise. It's not like you're gonna lose two parents. We cut to Bullseye headshotting some guy with like a pencil, stealing his motorcycle. Foreshadowing. Back to the ballroom. Foggy says hi to people while touching a statue. And everyone's like, oh, what the hell is this guy doing? Oh, back to Elektra's dad, sitting at a table alone. Then Fisk comes up behind him, touches his shoulder. Doesn't she look beautiful? I think she's happy. I haven't seen her smile like that, before her mom died. And her dad's like, why do you have to bring that up? This is like, history has a way of repeating itself. Elektra's dad is like confused, like, okay, bro, what the hell? What are you saying? And then like Fisk smiles. I'm just saying goodbye. Puts a rose in his chest, like his chest pocket, and walks away. I guess nothing bad's gonna happen to Elektra's dad. The dad just grabs the rose, throws it to the table, then leaves the party with his bodyguards. And Elektra sees something's happening while she was Matt. She goes towards her dad. They start talking in Greek. He's like, stay here. She doesn't listen. He's like, I don't want to. He goes with him and leaves Matt. They leave in a limousine. Music starts playing. Bullseye driving a motorcycle to Elektra's dad's car. Matt he's ready to suit up in the Daredevil suit on top of the building. How? I don't know. He listens to the car and Elektra and her dad talking. They're talking about going to a safe place. Bullseye drives the motorcycle, then stands up on top of it with both his hands out, and Daredevil propels down. Bullseye goes to his belt and grabs 3 shooting stars. Elektra sees Daredevil running on top of the rooftops, but does not see Bullseye for some reason on top of a motorcycle throwing his shooting stars, killing the driver, then crashes with a van, like a news van. Bullseye turns his motorcycle to stop, smiles. Daredevil jumps into the scene, I guess from the rooftops, and doesn't break his leg again. So they faced up. Bullseye throws his shooting star at Daredevil. Daredevil dodges it. Bullseye is like, Matt, I miss. I never miss. Revs up his engine to drive towards Daredevil while Daredevil runs towards him, then jumps on top of the wheel, does a backflip kick, kicking him off the motorcycle, and it goes to 3D models. It takes you out of the movie. What the hell? For some reason, it looks bad, and it goes back to normal. Bullseye falls onto the street. Daredevil, he touches where his billy club used to be, and he's like, oh, I'm missing one. Bullseye drops something while Elektra's dad's out of the crotch. He's getting out of the car. Bullseye throws the billy club to Elektra's dad. Daredevil tries to catch it, but explosion happened at the same time, and he misses it. He doesn't catch it. His radar sense cannot see it, or can, I guess, hear it from the wind, and it goes into Elektra's dad's chest, killing him. Elektra sees her dad dead And the classic saying of all time, Bullseye says, Bullseye, like Bullseye points at his bullseye scar on his forehead, Bullseye, and just disappears. Elektra pulls the billy club off her dad's chest and then sees a gun and then grabs the gun and starts shooting at Daredevil. For some reason, she doesn't see Bullseye, she just sees Daredevil. Daredevil uses the billy club propelling up a building to like run away. Elektra starts crying over her dad. The cops are in the scene. Ben Urich is there. They try to talk to the cop. The cop, all this makes you happy, Urich? You got your story. Now, Mago is in his house now. I guess he already went there. And he's destroying all his Daredevil equipment, making a mess. Sits down on the floor, grabs his face. He's like, oh no, I messed up. It cuts to Fisk Tower. Bullseye meets with the Kingpin in his office, talking about Daredevil. Bullseye's pissed because he missed and he wants Daredevil. How do you kill a man without fear? What? You just hit him or stab him or perhaps shoot him. And they say, by putting the fear in him. Kingpin gives him a rose. Bullseye smells it and his face is like, oh, what the hell? Oh, he's like, give Elektra my best. Anything else? Bullseye says, I want a costume that we never see. We're never gonna see that costume. Doesn't show up in the end for some reason. Like, give me a costume. Why did you set that up? Boom, back to the courthouse. Foggy by himself, struggling, blah blah blah. On to the next scene. Who cares? The next scene is the funeral for Elektra's father. Song play, Immortal by Evanescence. I don't remember any song from this movie besides Bring Me Back to Life song. Elektra leaves the funeral and walks to Matt. I know how you feel. He's like, you don't. I think he does. You know, he lost his dad too. You know, he lost a parent too. And he doesn't have a mom, so I guess he already lost two parents. She's like, I want revenge. Matt's like, it won't make the pain go away. Trust me, I know. Cause I dress like a Daredevil and I still feel bad. He's like, there's no place for me. What the emo crap is this? Matt's like, stay with me. Bro, you messed like last week. Now you want her to stay with you? What's going on? I think this movie take place like 3 days or 4 days. Maybe a week. It starts raining. Matt takes off his glasses to see the raindrop hit her face, to see her face. Elektra puts on her umbrella. Matt can't see her no more. Where did she go? She disappeared. He walks away. Matt calls her, like, hey, please, stay with me. Elektra just leaves, ignores him, like, I'm going to my car. Kingpin is in the parking lot, just smiling and going inside his car. Come on, Matt, you couldn't tell this guy was Kingpin? He's probably all hyper. He's like, why is this guy happy? I can hear his heartbeat. Matt leaves, and he goes to his taxi driver. I'm not Ben Urich just there. He just follows Matt into the funeral and tells him his client's innocent and tells Matt the information how his client's innocent. Like, one of the officers, like, you know, not telling the truth, and Matt's confused. But he was telling the truth. I heard his heartbeat. So later that night, Matt confronts the officer when he's off duty in the parking lot. Matt pushes him in his car and handcuffs him to the car. Matt starts driving in the car back and forth, breaking it, like hitting a bunch of cars. Matt's doing all of this to see why his heart rate is not rising. He opens his shirt, then feels a scar, then finds out that this guy has a pacemaker. And that's why he couldn't tell if this guy was lying. He talks to the cops. He drops information about Elektra's father's dying by Bullseye and that Kingpin doesn't only kill one person. He kills the whole family. Matt's like, crap. Drives the car into another car, knocking out the cop. He leaves back to the law offices. Foggy's talking to Karen about Matt and the case, and then looks at the date. And then Karen flips it. It's like, oh, you're looking at the date wrong. And then cut to Ben Urich giving money to Kirby, named after Jack Kirby, to see Daredevil's Billy Cub. He turns it into a walking stick for blind people. I wonder who this person is. Foggy calls Ben about the case. Song starts praying, bring me back to life. Elektra was two sides, moving around, stabbing and cutting sandbags that falls from the ceiling while Matt is suiting up, and she throws the two sides into sandbags. The one that she throws the sides to is painted with like a red Daredevil face on it. Oh no. Then we cut to Daredevil. Daredevil is running down the alley. He's hearing sounds, and then a bad CJ model jumps up the building. He tries to find Bullseye. He's looking through like clothes, and like a bird runs into him, and he gets discombobulated, and Elektra hits him in the face. She just appears out of nowhere. She's like, I'm here too. Remember me? Elektra starts fighting Daredevil. He's like, it wasn't me. Tries not to fight her. It was Bullseye. I didn't kill your father. He replies, liar. Flips around, throws knives close to his face. He grabs her. I'm not gonna fight you. She's like, good. It will be quick. Kicks him, then runs up a wall, does a flip, grab her sides on the wall while she's doing the flip, and like stabs him right on the shoulder, falls down. I want to see my father's killer eyes. Takes out the mask to see Matt Murdock. Now you know I was trying to protect you. I'm like, what are you trying to protect her, Matt? Elektra starts crying. I'm sorry. And then you can hear a whistle and a laughter, and it's Bullseye. And he's like, you have to run. I don't want to lose you again. They start talking. They're like, I don't want to lose you again. Don't fight Bullseye. Bullseye. And she's like, I'll find you. Okay, I guess. Nothing bad. Nothing's gonna happen. It's not like you're gonna get stabbed in the heart or something. She puts the mask back on him. He whistles again. Hey, Orpheus. He runs on another rooftop, throws a scythe towards him. He catches it, throws it back to her. She tries to catch it and then stabs her hand. I'm like, why did you try to catch it? Just dodge it. Well, why were you trying to catch that? And then the classic Bullseye touches his head where his Bullseye logo is. She pulls out the scythe, starts fighting him. She cuts him on his face. He smiles, fights back, starts beating her up, throws her around. Bullseye says, you're good, and does like a magic trick and throws like a magic card at her, cutting her neck. Then grabs her side and grabs her, picks her up, and then stabs her in the heart. Or I don't know, stabs her below the heart. I don't know where she stabs it. Daredevil, he was just laying on the floor while all this happened, doing nothing. He screams, no! And Bullseye goes close to her face, like super creepy. He's like, yeah. Like while she's dying, while he's stabbing her. Then throws her body down. The cops come in. They flash the lights on Bullseye. He gets the rose out, put it on his like head, like does his Bullseye head, and then throws it down to Elektra. She's still alive. She crawls to Matt. Help me. He's like, stay with me. That's a reference to earlier, bro. Dude, can you not just stop the bleeding? She's bleeding right there. Just stop the bleeding. Like, put your hand on the pressure. He listens to her heartbeat. Stop. She dies. Daredevil cries. The cops on the rooftops. Daredevil disappears. The cops find her body. Remember the beginning of the movie? When when he's on the cross bleeding? Now we're back where he fall down to the church floor. Look, it's what happened in the beginning. Now we're caught up now. So we're back in the beginning of the movie where Matt's talking to his priest. My confession, everything I had was taken from me. I don't ask for mercy. People ask me. While all this, the priest is praying for him. Shooting stars get thrown at them, close to them. Bullseye walks in, touching his head. Always has to do his head. It's Bullseye. Thus the cross symbol too. The first one was a warning. Matt tells the priest to leave. I have to finish this. And he's like, have faith. Daredevil gets up. Bullseye throws a bowl at his neck. Daredevil's coughing. Daredevil gets his billy club, throws a billy club at him, hitting him in the face. He runs towards him. He climbs up the church. He jumps up the church organ. Bullseye pushes the pipe with Daredevil down. He uses the billy club to grapple him down on the pipe. Start choking each other while they're on the pipe, like hanging on the pipe. Out of nowhere, a blast just firing out of nowhere, out of a pipe. What the heck is that? Is that Batman? Batman showing up? Okay, Daredevil falls down. He uses the ability to grapple back up. They fight on the organ pipes. Daredevil grabs him, throws him on a bunch of small pipes. It's too loud. Bullseye grabs the pipe to fight. Bullseye starts to realize that Daredevil is getting affected by the loud sounds. The cops show up to the church. They're outside the church right now. Bullseye throws another shooting star. Daredevil catches him with the billy club, then throws the billy club at him, at his scar. Leaving it with a big red mark on top with his scar, his Bullseye scar. Bullseye breaks the church glass. It grabs it all, throws it at Daredevil. Daredevil's doing black flip, dodging all of them. I guess Bullseye ring the church bell, like affecting Daredevil. Bullseye grabs the church candle, then starts hitting the pipe, affecting Daredevil with the pipe. Fitz was right about this. It was right about you. This is the Kingpin. All the roast stuff he loves. That's not my style. Daredevil realizes who killed his father. He tells him that the Kingpin hired him to kill the father of Elektra and Elektra too. I am your killer for free. I kill you for free. Bullseye's gonna stab him, but Daredevil catches it and he hears a sniper like clocking, like about to shoot on the rooftop. So the sniper shoots. Daredevil moves his hand when he's about to stab him. The bullets goes through his hand. You took my hands. Show mercy. He's like begging, show mercy. Daredevil picks him up, just throws him out the window, the church window. He lands on Ben Urich's car. He starts seizuring. He's like dying. He looks like he dies. And then Daredevil says, Bullseye. Then he jumps out of the broken church when he breaks out and jumps to across the building somehow. Like somehow this is a normal guy. He jumped across the building like he's Spider-Man. Yeah, it just makes sense, huh? So Daredevil's going after Kingpin now. Kingpin is smoking in Fisk's tower. He failed. He's coming here next. He's like, send the guards home. And his assistant's like, what? Why? The guy was raised in the Bronx. Some things you won't understand. And then we cut to Ben talking to the cops. I know who did this. His name is Fisk. Oh, the cop goes up to Kingpin's assistant to talk about a plea deal bargain because the assistant leaves the Fisk tower and he's like drinking, and then the cops find him. Daredevil standing on top of a roof. Kingpin is getting ready to fight. He's like, okay, time to get ready. The Daredevil shows up. They fight. Then Kingpin grabs him and throws him to the window. Oh, concussion. Kingpin picks him up again and throws him up to the ceiling. Then throws him against the wall. He's just beating him up. Grabs a rose, smells it. I would love to fight you in your prime. They call you the man without fear. If that's you, then why are you afraid to show your face? And he like takes his mask off. He laughs. The blind lawyer from Hell's Kitchen. And Matt's like, you killed the only two people I ever loved. Why? Kingpin says, it's just business. What happened to your father and why he got killed and his girl? Wrong family, wrong time. And then it flashes to Elektra's face. Matt, like he breaks something and then water starts spraying out everywhere. Oh, now you can see. He starts dodging the punches and it starts beating up the Kingpin. Because I guess he couldn't see Kingpin without the water being there. And he slides under Kingpin, like he slides under him, then breaks his two knees, like breaks his leg. He screams. He falls on his knees and then screams more. The water stops. Matt talks. I've been thinking about this day. Doesn't kill the Kingpin. He spares him. He spares his life. Why? He killed somebody earlier in the movie and maybe Bullseye. Kingpin's surprised. Like, I don't understand. Matt says, I'm not the bad guy. It's a callback to earlier of the movie. Sirens are going off. Like, the police are coming. They're coming for you. Didn't you hear the word out on the Kingpin? Kingpin's like, I'll tell the cops who you are. Yeah, I told them. A blind man beat you up? Don't worry about that. He's like, I'll be getting out. And Daredevil's like, I know. I'll be waiting. Justice is served. Not quite. Still got to get all, the process down, the courts, all the things down. But yeah, I guess justice is served. And all of that, Kingpin is like there, and he just starts laughing. He just repeats it. I'll get you. I'll get you. There's no sequel, so you don't get him, bro. You stay in jail. Okay. Daredevil was stabbed and couldn't help Elektra, but moments later, he could beat up Bullseye and Kingpin. Come on, man. Bro wasn't even trying to save her. Okay. So Daredevil was standing on top of a building. Yeah. This is for you, Dad. And he throws the rose down. But I'm like, what about Elektra, bro? She died too, Okay. The next day, outside the courtroom, Coolio is a free man. He thanks Foggy while Matt's standing nearby. He's just listening while Coolio's thanking him. He goes back to the coffee shop. Foggy talks to Matt. They're in the coffee shop now. Matt and Foggy. They talk about Daredevil bringing down the Kingpin. Brings up the alligator in the sewers again. Another callback. Matt hears the door opening. They get quiet. Foggy's like, how are you doing, Matt? He's like, I'm doing okay. Do you want to talk? He's like, no, but thanks. Matt leaves the coffee shop to get some air. Foggy thinks about the coffee trick. He's like, is this mustard inside here? And like he drinks it slowly. He's like, oh, it's good. Matt walks to church. He's like, maybe next week I'll go to, mass. So I guess this guy don't want to go to church. Ben follows Matt again. He just shows up out of nowhere. And they have a little chat. I've been working on, an article. I wonder what you would think about it. Maybe who Daredevil is. Who's Daredevil? I know the truth about Daredevil. And justice is blind. Blind. I know who you are. Ben, if you run that story, I'll be finished. Ben's like, I gotta do what I gotta do. Kingpin's in prison and Bullseye's in the hospital bed. Messed up. He's still alive somehow. I thought he died because I never seen the director cut. A fly is like messing with him. He's like, this fly is pissing me off, and he's trying to grab a needle. Then he grabs a needle and kills the fly and like he sticks it on the wall. And I'm like, what the hell? And then we go back to Matt. Matt is monologuing. It's about good and evil. I'm like, okay, dude, let's finish the movie, buddy. Let's done with the monologue. We're done. He Matt like walks around like the rooftops and he finds a necklace, like a necklace. Like, oh, I guess Elektra is live. Lucky for us, there's no sequel for Elektra. No movie, right? Oh crap. Ben types on the computer. He's like typing about Daredevil. Daredevil is Matt Murdock. He thinks about it. Then he deletes the whole article. And then we go back to Matt. Matt's still monologuing. Ben walks out to see Daredevil on top of a building. And he does a hand signal. He's like, go get him, Matt. And he nods. Daredevil nods. Hell Kitchen is my neighborhood. I'm like, you're not the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, dog. It's not the friendly neighborhood Daredevil. He's still monologuing. Then he runs and jumps off a building. Credits. Oh gosh, finally the movie's over. So we're done with Daredevil. I think this is a fun movie. Fun bad movie. I'll give it like 5. I remember watching this as a kid. I'm like, I like this movie. There's so much nostalgia when I watch this movie, but it's not a good movie. Okay, what do we got Thursday? Crap.